Okay, so let's go through each one of the problems one by one just to show you some of the things that you're going to be figuring out and solving. So I'm going to look at this drawing here, and we'll take a look at the index slide. We've got this dimension here, 30 degrees, 11 by 11. And then we have this dimension here, we get 11 millimeters to where the edge of the arc is, and we've been given R95 for a radius. So I'm going to show you how to tackle those two things. And notice this R95 radius, this one, and this one all share the same center points. I know that doesn't look that way here, but remember we're looking at this in 3D. So imagine that there's a rod that's going through this circle center, and this center here is just a little lower point because it's on the lower surface, because this is raised up 6 millimeters. So if I were to draw a line through the centers, they would pass through those two centers, or those circles are concentric. So just keep in mind that 70, 82, and 95 all have the same center points. So that's how we're going to find out where to put that center point, by using these two numbers. So let's go back to the drawing, and I'm going to erase what I have here. I assume you can draw this part out here in the end, and I will erase this here. Let's just start off with this being a rectangle. Okay, so this part here, because it's the overall length and the overall width we have, those are not too difficult to figure out. But we have a dimension that said 30 degrees, and then this distance here is 11. So let's go back and look at that one more time. So we got 30 degrees angle, and the distance from point to edge is 11. So I would offset this line 11, and then make sure your angles are set to 30 degrees, and draw that line at a 30-degree angle until it intersects with your object line. Then you can trim and create the edge. So that should be the same properties. So I'm going to match properties from object line to that line there. Let's turn on my line weight so we can see them. And then we can just delete that construction line, and of course I can mirror that line to the other side. MR for mirror, MI rather. And I'll use the center of the circle to mirror that to the other side, and then trim. That takes care of that. Now let's do something similar on this side, where we have 11 millimeters, and I've got a radius of 95. So if I offset 11, and then I draw a circle from the center of this circle, from the end point of this line, with a radius of 95. I draw another circle from the end point of that line with a radius of 95. Where they cross is the center of the circle. So then all I have to do is create a circle from that intersection that passes through the end point of either one of those. It doesn't make any difference. You see that it lands in the same place. That is the arc that I actually want to use as an object line. And I can match properties for that and make that part of my drawing. Now this arc now is locating where the center of that circle is. So I don't need these construction lines anymore. And I can draw a circle from the center of that circle with a radius of 70, and another one with a radius of 82. Now, the radius of 82 is locating the center of those circles that are here and here. If we look at the dimensions, where are those circles? They're 16 millimeters from the center line. So if I draw a construction line, or I just simply extend this center line, that's another way to do it. I can offset that line 16. And where those lines and arcs intersect is going to be where those circles land, or those holes, I should say. And we can just look to see what those holes diameters are set to. I think they're 10. Grab another one, diameter of 10. And then this needs to be turned into an object line. And then these circles here, or lines rather, I would want to turn them into circular center marks, just like we did in assignment 3 with the gasket. So we can draw lines from the center through the center of the circle, and then I'll just extend that out. And I want that to be the same as a center line, so I'm just going to use match properties. Now I will mirror that to the other side. And now let's just trim by creating 2 circles that we're just going to erase after anyway, so I don't care what layer they're on. I'm going to move them to the center of this circle and trim between them. Oops, trim. There we go. Picking everything as a trimming edge. And then pick up those 2 circles, move them to the other circle to use them as trimming edges, and hit trim, enter, enter, and trim between the 2 circles. And then erase them. So now I've got a circular center mark, but I don't want it to extend out any further than this. Let's just offset that 6 millimeters on both sides. And we can just decide to trim that circle to those 6 millimeter lines and then erase them. So now we have a circular center mark locating those 2 holes there. So that's how to decipher, if you will, those dimensions. Once you have this drawn correctly, then the rest is just projection.